Hey guys, Zane here with another quick one take review, and today I wanted to talk about the Medicine Singers' new self-titled album. This self-titled album is, as far as I'm concerned anyway, the debut studio album from the experimental, genreless, I guess, kind of band Medicine Singers. Albums like this really are what end up pushing not only my limits as a music listener and as a music criticizer, but also just the limits of what can be music in general. And considering I don't really have a lot of context behind this record in the first place, that's already pretty incredible, but it's also a good listen as well. To make things clear, this is not a traditionally enjoyable record, and if I'm being totally honest, the only people that will actually enjoy this fully are people who really, really like outsider music and think that R. Stevie Moore and Daniel Johnston are too normal for their own taste, or people that like to look at music from a highly critical, analytical perspective, such as myself. I'm not just saying that to be pretentious either, like, oh, the normies won't like this one or anything like that. I truly just genuinely think this is not an enjoyable album if you're just finding regular music to listen to casually. While that obviously does take away some enjoyment from the album in general, no matter which way you're actually listening to it, that doesn't stop the Medicine Singers' debut from being a creative powerhouse of an album. Albums like this are the albums that pose the question of where traditionally good music and experimental music meet and at what point one or the other goes way, way too far. In this case, it's the question of how experimental can you get before something is not even good anymore, or if something is not even music anymore. Well, I personally hold the firm belief that all sound is music in some form and that everything can be morphed into a traditional view of music. Medicine Singers' debut album is definitely something that pushes the limits for a lot of people, to be sure. The Medicine Singers are definitely individuals that sit in the middle of those boundaries somewhere, as simultaneously they can be difficult to listen to and even more difficult to properly understand, yet at the same time they're actually very engaging performers that feel very direct with the listener and really manage to pull you in through all of their abstractness. There's influences from traditional Native American music, from traditional folk music, from traditional Eastern music in general. This is just so much to take on here. I mean, there's chants and the production is very minimalistic and bare bones, but because of that, it allows this record to flourish. There's a lot to really just absorb on this record, and it's difficult to, and considering I listened to this several times for the sake of reviewing this once, I still have no idea what I experienced here, but it was good. Overall, I'm going to give the Medicine Singers' debut album a what out of 5, because I have no idea how to properly rate this. There's a definite part of me that recognizes that there is a critical part of me that really does enjoy this album from a creative and artistic aspect, but if I weren't really into all of this, like, overanalyzing everything that I listen to kind of thing, I probably would enjoy this maybe a quarter as much, and frankly, I probably wouldn't even like it. So take everything that I've said here with a grain of salt, and just know that this is an album that you need to hear to really just have any idea of what it is. My one take on this album is that, I mean, so much traditional music, chant, electroacoustic influences. It makes my head hurt. I think I like it. It's good. It's experimental. It's artsy. It's mildly pretentious, but that's all kind of why it's interesting. So, again, what out of 5? Because I have no idea how to feel about this album, similar to my first What, Meet the Residents by The Residents. And with that being said, that is the end of this review, and I will see you guys in the next one.